Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folari. Of course, you would have stayed with TVC all through the weekend, and that was the Edo State Governorship election. And Monday, Okpebholo of the APC has been declared the winner, and so he is the winner of the Edo State Governorship election ahead of the other front runners in the race. I'm talking here about Edo Governorship and the other gentleman, the candidate of LP. Okay, so here we are, and in fact, what is there to say really? Maybe there still is a lot. There have been congratulations all round. One has heard from all the contestants. My guest this morning is, in fact, he's been here. He's a regular. He's been here. Tony Dania. Mr. Dania is a lawyer and political affairs analyst. We've been hearing from the... Good morning. Thank you very much for, yes, being able to be here. We've heard from everybody, actually.
Yes.
So let me start with you, this way with you. Were you surprised? Because it was a very closely run race. The figures were not that... I mean, there was, what, something like 40,000?
Yes, 40,009. Yeah. 40,009.
Votes between them.
Yes.
So, as you can imagine, it's a very tightly run race. There were a lot of tensions, but at the end of the day, the election went smoothly.
Yeah.
By and large, in as much as we're talking about elections, it went smoothly. So, first of all, were you surprised?
I am not surprised.
Okay, you weren't surprised at the outcome
of the election. I was not surprised with the outcome of the election, but I was impressively surprised with the peaceful atmosphere that paraded the process. I was also very impressed with the security architecture. It is not that I was told, I was on ground. So, and you use average incident to analyze generic position generally, So on the average, the security was good. I must commend Frank Uba for a job well done. And then the election was good. I was not surprised because I know that the current governor of Edo State, of PDP, is a factor that is likely to cause issues for PDP. And then there have been divisions. There have been... People felt aggrieved and offended in PDP, so they are moving out. The deputy governorship, we saw what happened. I was in this studio when he was impeached, and I informed Nigerians that the impeachment exercise is likely to be set aside. I haven't viewed it. I was also on this station to say that the appeal is likely to uphold the position of the trial court, and that came to pass. I have analyzed it. Edo State, we have just three major sections: South, Edo Central, and Edo North. The election is going to be more keen in Edo Central. Edo North, Comrade Oshomole has to prove a point. He needs to show that, look, I'm still very relevant.
Yes.
So I expect that he will be able to persuade a lot of persons to vote. And he's going to capitalize on the issues the PDP was having because of the governor. Then, Benin, take note that the Monday, Senator Monday is from Ishan. Barrister Aswe is also from Ishan. They delivered their local government. Adam Soshomole did not only deliver his local government, he delivered almost all the Edo North. In Benin, the governor is from Oredo. He could not deliver his own local government, not to talk of the whole southern Benin. And it has been like that. Look at the previous elections. In 2023, he couldn't deliver Oredo. Look at the presidential election. He couldn't deliver Oredo. House of Assembly election, he couldn't deliver Oredo. Now, that did not come to me as a surprise. A lot of criticism, we are not here to criticize the governor, but there are a lot of things he has done that will, those who started PDP in Edo State were thrown out, and there were factions. What did the governor do to mend fences? We didn't see that happen. We don't want to go to the roads we are enjoying today are the roads that Oshomole had when he was governor. I'm not Oshomole's fan, but I'm telling you, if I have reason to criticize him tomorrow, I will. Yeah. So look at this Philip Shaibul issue. You think it won't play? You think the man is so politically irrelevant that he won't do anything? And you went on. Well, if you're a politician and you want elective position, you must be humble. Very humble and submissive, and be ready to repair and not cause damage or worsen existing damages. So having said that, it was peaceful. I voted. And the allegations that results were inflated, let me tell you something. The statistics. We all know the total number of registered voters in Edo State is about 4.5 million voters, total registered voters. On the day of the election, we know the accredited voters in each polling unit. It is there for assessment. And one good thing INEC did in this case is that INEC sent most of these statistics, these details, well in advance, soft copies, including the description of the voter's card, so that you can tell. So to me, I started feeling that this is likely to be more transparent than the previous elections. And then, unlike previous elections where after you have been accredited, you come back to vote. No, as you have been accredited, I think the stain is still on my finger. As you have been accredited, you are given a ballot paper, you are asked to vote immediately. So before you leave the polling unit, you've casted a vote. So we know the number of votes for each candidate, for each party, in each polling unit. So if it is inflated, I heard that, in some places, the number of voters are more than the number of voters said to have been accredited. How did it affect you? That's something you prove in court. You first of all establish the veracity of that and tell us that it didn't affect all the candidates equally. So as long as it is, if it is true, if it affects all the candidates equally, my brother, better go and stay. But if you can establish that it affected you, which is difficult to establish, then I heard that results were being inflated. If results were inflated, look at the results. Yeah,
well, naturally, this allegation...
Very little difference.
Yes, 291,000 to 247,000.
I'm even looking at specific results of certain local governments.
Okay, of individual...
There are some areas, because I took time to go through it, PDP 9,200, APC 9,100. You can see the difference. Some, it's only in Edo North. We saw very large difference, over 100%. APC scored over 100% of what the PDP scored. And that can be, it's understandable. You know, the Comrade Oshomole's factor is understandable. So, but in other areas, the difference were not that much. 1,000, 500, 2,000 and all that, except in key areas, like the deputy governor's area, for instance, who as the governor of the governorship candidate of APC, the area.
Yeah, he lost in his area.
Oh, he lost in his area?
He lost in his area.
So
he lost in his area, further attesting, as I heard him say after the election, what could be more if you're looking for transparency? I mean...
If the election was rigged as alleged, the governor wouldn't have lost his seat.
Indeed. That is the way it is being seen.
The governorship candidate of PDP, who I admire so much, won in his own area.
Yes.
You understand? So the allegation, and the governor, Obaseki, sets a wrong precedent, which must be discouraged. Every candidate might have good reason to be aggrieved. For example, if the result was the other way around, the APC would have been complaining too. Oh, they did this, you would have been hearing this complaint. So we must learn to take victory as it comes. But this particular election in Edo State, by my own assessment, is a reflection of the 1993 presidential election.
Indeed.
Because the 1993 presidential election is still, in African elections, the freest and the most transparent.
As you say, it's notable that it just went smoothly. People were apprehensive, there might be violence, there might be this and that. None of that to any appreciable extent at the end.
And we must commend Frank Iba for that, because
Indeed.
he did what we call proactive action, and he used proper intelligence, both the formal and informal and native intelligence. And he didn't wait for evil planners to perpetrate or execute their evil. He took it to them.
In fact, even, as you know, the authorities, the police authorities or security authorities, whoever they are over there, when there was a report that the governor, in his own interest to ensure that things were going the way they should go, had actually gone to the INEC.
That is a wrong precedent.
Exactly. So no matter the interpretation, no matter the interpretation anybody might have been giving it, the police wouldn't stand for it. And so he was, excused from the venue.
Anyway, Frank Uba has been in the publicity protocols for a long time, so I'm not too surprised with the diplomatic way he handled that. It would have resulted, you can imagine if the governorship candidate of other parties decide to do the same thing.
They decided to do the same thing.
So Frank Uba personally handled that very well. It is not true that he pushed him out, or he diplomatically handled it.
Yes.
It was wrong of the governor to have done this. Again, it shows we are not too surprised, even though we don't expect Obaseki to go that far. We know that he has shown the tendency to disregard rules and regulations. With due respect to him, and I can find justification in case he decides to take legal action against me. I can find justification. We have seen this kind of activities. Things are not working well. Those states, people are not happy. So Comrade Oshomole cashed in on this and positively exploit this. And again, like I said, it's not that it's my man.
No. You said so.
Yes.
The opposition, perhaps expectedly, they protested. A certain Tony Iyoha, a PDP agent, he said that the alleged electoral fraud, that some results were, quote unquote, manufactured. But then this is the kind of thing, and this takes me back to the president in his, congratulatory message, congratulating all of them, counseling the winners to be magnanimous in victory, that we're all Edolites here, just let's do this together. But if anybody is, he has any reason whatsoever, by all means, take advantage of the courts. Please go ahead and go there and do that, and we have the time for all of that. But
that's a good one. But you see, when we say it is a very transparent, free and fair election, that doesn't mean that there's no one or two skirmishes.
Yeah, of course.
And then the few I know of, I heard of vote buying. And I must say that almost all the parties.
There were reports.
There were reports of vote buying by almost all the parties. We heard about that. Then some persons who wore mufti hand that entered one of the polling units were quickly apprehended by security men. But there is nothing up till now to show that they belong to Labour Party or PDP or APC or any party. We've not seen that. Then other issues and the normal, in fact, this election is by all standards very fair.
Indeed.
Very fair, very open. And then I must also commend retired General Abubakar for the peace effort he brought in, even though we had things like do or die. I don't know how true that is.
But all of that didn't work out anymore, in the sense that even I was listening to Asue Ighodalo before the election, seeking to limit the damage of that incendiary statement. That I think he said that, look, the way to interpret that is do it. Never mind the die part. Do and do it well. Yeah, that was Asue Ighodalo's reinterpretation, because it wasn't the best of utterance.
That affected the election. A lot of things affected this election. A lot of factors. And when you are the governor of a state, naturally, you are the leader of the party, your own party. So if there is division in your party, you will have issues, definitely have issues. Now, the person of the governorship candidate of PDP is somebody we like. You understand? You see the way he tried to control the damage it would have caused. The problem is that Obaseki wouldn't have been able to feed a candidate and the candidate would succeed. What made PDP to come this far is because of the personality of the candidate himself, not Obaseki.
Okay.
If that man has contested under other parties, he would have won with a large difference. I'm telling you the truth. If Obaseki has brought another candidate, he would have lost with a large difference.
If what you say, and it probably is because you've been studying it, if that is so, then credit must go to the whole APC machinery that swarmed behind Monday Okpebholo. Because, you know, he himself is a man of very few words. The candidate himself, he's not the most charismatic speaker. But, you see, from the party chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, and all the foot soldiers swarming around him, they got the job done. And I was listening to, he's spoken precious little. Maybe now he doesn't have a choice. We will be hearing a lot more from him, whether it is speaking extra, off the cuff or speaking from a script, because people really want to hear from him. He's now such an important figure.
Let me give you an example with the president. I'm not a party man. I don't vote for party. I vote based on the candidate. When we were campaigning, in fact, I voted for Peter Obi, but I voted for good governance, and I think I'm getting good governance. Now, the president was not always talking when he was campaigning. Come to this television, come to this place. Oh, he doesn't want to talk. Immediately he was sworn in. A lot of Nigerians were impressively surprised that he was talking like Obama. You know, Obama started this idea of talking, not reading. Talking off the short and speaking to issues very well. So we were all impressed. Everybody was saying, was this man pretending? I think that is likely to play out.
Okay, we might see that too.
Yes, I see a repeat.
As Monday Okpebholo settles down to business.
Monday Okpebholo also have this exhibit, this youth-looking, and then calmness from his. You see, he's a calm person, and he needed people who can really talk, like our comrade. So, but I don't know. I think he will be under pressure, social pressure to perform.
But he's indicated, as I said, I was really scouting around, just looking to hear from him. I hear actually in the event, I heard more from his running mate, now the deputy governor-elect, than from the from the governor-elect himself. Good morning, George, calling in from Ikeja.
Yes, good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to the guest.
Yes, thank you.
Sir.
Uncle Yori, personally, I am not surprised. What really surprised me is the closeness of the figures. I was not expecting PDP to score that number of votes in that election. Yeah. And the reason was that vote buying coupled with the intimidation of the governor.
Okay. And just for those
before the election,
247,
he was threatening people behind the scenes.
247,000.
Vote for the APC.
PDP's 247,000 to APC's 291,000.
Yes. So the mood of the people didn't suggest that PDP could get that number. But be that as it may, the governor, the person that the governor brought wasn't the issue. The issue was who brought him. It is not that he is so bad as a candidate, but the person that is fronting him hasn't got the moral compass or performance behind him to bring somebody and say, let this person succeed me. That was the issue on ground. This is a governor that for the 8 years he was there, ruled with a full complement of the House of Assembly. He would pick and choose. If you do not toe his line, you are suspended or if you look at his first year in the second term, he did it with nine members. Look at the way and manner he treats traditional stools.
Exactly.
Look at the way and he takes loans and nothing to show for it. Look at the way and manner that he treats even his deputy. The PDP in Edo State, the who and who in that party, have all left and joined APC because of the way this governor treats them. If you check the people that helped him to campaign, they are not the regular PDP people that he met. They are the ones that are just his appointees and the rest. So he couldn't have, there was no instrument with which you could have won that election in a free and fair atmosphere.
Indeed, I get you.
What I expect the EFCC to do now is that merely he hands over. He should ask him questions about the money that the state entrusted to his hands.
Okay.
Well, it's just too much to talk about.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in.
Yeah, like we said, the election was free and fair to a reasonable extent.
And
you made the performance of ministers a topic for discussion here. Please make performance of governors a topic for discussion. And when it comes to Edo State governor, or maybe at the time you are doing to be immediate past governor, I will beg you to invite me. Because this issue is to just look at the election. We are going into the performance of Obaseki because we are looking at factors that contributed to the victory. Apart from the ruggedness of the APC campaigners and canvassers and the involvement of Oshomole, the factors within PDP, just like the guest said, the speaker said, I have said it here before, that Aswe personality made PDP to get that far. Because if it is another candidate, it won't even go that far. So he has a right to go to court if he wants to.
Of course.
You know, but I will advise him, he's a lawyer, I will advise him to look closely. You understand? Indeed. So, yes, he should look closely.
Okay. Let me bring on Reverend Dominic. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on now.
Yeah, I want to say congratulations to the winner of the election on Saturday in Edo State. They have done very well, all the whole parties. The issue, we were discussing this matter a few days ago. I was not around in Nigeria. And some friends here, where I was, were discussing. I told them this election may be endorsement or rejection of the ruling party. That's my own argument. You know what I mean? But to me, the election in Edo have become endorsement that the Edo people and the people of Edo, in quote, love the policies of APC. Because people go to campaign by what they have achieved, what you want to do and what you are going to do. And incumbents most of the times find it difficult. Because if people have seen the incumbent, what they have done, somebody can come and promise you heaven and earth. But it seems to Edo people has endorsed Mr. President. And I want to say this. People don't like this. This is exactly the picture of 2027. Why Edo was very contested, because Edo is giving a picture, a mirror of 2027. And the 2027 is bright to the APC if what happened in Edo, which people have attested to, is right. But we must say this. Every day we do election, we find this issue. What do we do vote buying in our...
Oh,
okay, sorry
about that. But yeah, he went back to that issue.
I disagree with him. You see...
well, I disagree with him about what? Vote buying? That there wasn't any of that?
No, I've talked about vote buying.
Because you've already said that.
I've talked about
all parties seem to have been guilty.
This is a reflection of the mindset of all Edo State. No. Every election has its own peculiar factors that are peculiar to that constituency where the election was held. If I am from Abia State and the current governor want to recontest, I will not only campaign for him, I will not only vote for him, I will spend my money for him. The people in Abia, they appreciate him. He's an example of a successful governor in Nigeria. So the factors in Abia State, we govern the election in Abia State. Go and do an election in Abia State. Bring any person that can defeat the current governor. Nobody will do that because the people appreciate him. If Lagos State is doing well, for example, if you complain about some of the steps someone rule is taking, you will see that it is in the interest of the people on the long run. That doesn't mean that the president is not performing. Here, I have analyzed that what he is doing, because if you are doing something that will benefit Nigerians on the long run, Nigerians are interested in what will benefit them now. And these Nigerians are the ones in the market, they are the ones on the street. They constitute not less than 30% of our population. So the president is looking at what can I do in the short run? What can I do on the long run? So some of us appreciate this. Some people who are misleading people also appreciate this, but deliberately mislead the masses. So having said that, in Edo State,
sorry, I'll let you continue, but William has called in from Calabar. He said, okay, I lost William. Please continue.
I'm sorry. So in Edo State, there are factors that made this success to come.
Of course. Not least of which is the point you made that oftentimes the incumbent governor manifestly affects the chances
of the same party continuing. Because if we look at the election,
and APC exploited skillfully
all those factors. Because are you saying that you want to continue with what Obaseki is doing? That's the question. We are not satisfied with what he's doing. And you say you are coming? No. We won't allow that.
And you see how I think in speaking, just about everybody who was speaking about this brought up the whole matter of the traditional reverence.
The governor insulted
the Oba.
Insulted the traditional institution. He insulted it. For the first time, even though the Oba of Benin has not spoken, we have seen the body language. He felt slighted, he felt insulted. I'm aware of the matter that is in court. Some of the conventional method of upgrading high chiefs and all that was battered. And the governor directly started upgrading chiefs under the Oba without first consulting the Oba.
So these are the kind of...
And you want the Oba, and the Oba command a lot of fellowship.
Even though he's not supposed to be involved.
He's not supposed to be involved.
But the people themselves took offense.
Of course.
Traditionally speaking.
Of course.
Mazi Okoroafo, good morning to you, sir.
The same Mazi, good afternoon.
Good morning, sir. Good morning again. Mazi Okoroafo from Arochukwu in Abia State. Congratulations to the new governor-elect in Edo State. This is an eye-opener to other governors. When you pick a deputy, when the deputy says he wants to contest, give him or her a free hand to go and contest. It is a market. There must be a buyer, there must be a seller. If the governor of Obaseki, Governor Obaseki, had allowed Edo, give him a free hand to do campaign, do like any other contestants, you will not. This issue of Obaseki going to the INEC office as if it was is that the borough, Jonathan regime. It's very, very funny because the election have been conducted, results have been called. He should go quietly and allow the new incoming government to take over. But what is battling all of us now in Nigeria is how people were collecting money to go and vote against their will because of poverty, because of hunger. It's a lesson to all Nigerians to learn that when you go to any polling booth, you collect 5 naira, you have mortgage your conscience. Don't come back tomorrow and complain that the government is not discharge their numbers, what they promised, because they will mortgage your conscience.
It's a warning.
The lesson we have to learn.
It's a warning that has
for our
long been.
Nigerian government, they are trying, but the question is, governor, allow your deputy next time to go and do the needful. Good morning, Mazi Okoroafo from our people in Abia State. Good morning, Sayuri.
Thank you, Mazi. Okay, let's go on a break so I don't have to interrupt you. Let me do a quick break. We'll be right back. Do stay with us and keep the calls coming.
voice and an advocate for the truth. He's bringing fresh energy and bold insights to Journalists Hangout.
Get ready for deeper analysis and dynamic perspectives. Join me and Babajide Kolade Otitoju with other veteran journalists on Journalists Hangout. Weekdays from 5 p.m. and on Sundays 1:30 p.m.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
The TV station of the year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Okay, welcome back, and we're looking at the victory of Monday Okpebholo of APC, who, with a total of 291,000 odd votes, has defeated the second runner-up, the first runner-up, I believe it is properly expressed. Talking about PDP's, Ighodalo, Asue Ighodalo. So he came in at 247,000 votes. So APC 291 votes, Ighodalo 247 votes, and Mr. Akpata of LP 22,000 votes.
Yes, without prejudice to an investigation that is most likely going to be carried out by EFCC against Obaseki, I think he became so desperate to protect the wrongs he knew he has committed. And he feels if a PDP man takes over from him, that wrongs will not be investigated. But you see, we would have pushed for the investigation, even though APC has not won. We would have still pushed for Obaseki to be investigated. I'm at the forefront. It should be investigated for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Go and see how erosion have damaged the whole community. Go to Awushi, go to South Ibie Kingdom, go to other parts of Benin. Erosion, go to the roads.
Well,
so it's so annoying. And I must also, with due respect, blame Oshomole for even the second term victory of Obaseki. Because if he has not projected Eze Yamu as a bad candidate and come back to tell us that he's not a good candidate, most of us will not vote for Obaseki. So the vote Obaseki got was a protest vote because of that incident.
Okay. Chike in Jos. Good morning to you, sir. Chike in Jos.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Okay. You see, I want to disagree with your guest here that the president is working for the future. That is where it's for a long run. I'm an accountant.
Wait, Chike, we're talking about the Edo Governorship election.
Yes, but he made that.
That was just an example now, Chike. Don't change the subject matter, please. Let's stay.
Well, if you want to stop me, but why can't you ask him not to say that? That you are why can't you direct him to the topic?
He used it as an example. Chike, I don't want you to feel gagged or anything, but Shebi, you understand that we're talking about the Edo governorship election, and we would like to hear.
If you know you are talking for Edo government, he will not bring the president.
Can I just talk to him? Chike, please. Sorry, we are not stopping you. Eze Okorafor said something about the election in Edo State equating to the fact that we have all accepted the president, the way he has been ruling the country and all that. And I disagreed, and that should be enough.
But let me get back to Chike. Chike, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm still there.
DK, is it DK?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, have your say. Have your say, but please keep it brief because it's off topic. Have your say.
Okay, let me make it brief. Okay, you see, there is no situation where you run a country without production. It doesn't work. Even in economics, you cannot run a country with buying and selling. Going to tell people to come to Nigeria and invest
Why you are not investing, you are not developing anything. We are doing the same. Even the CNG we are talking about now, the CNG, those countries that are using CNG, go there now, that are using for more than 10 years or 12 years. Go there now.
I get your meaning now.
More than half of the countries are using fuel.
I get your meaning. I get your meaning. But did you want to comment on the governorship election result in Edo State?
No.
No. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your call. Please keep it coming. Call in again.
Uncle Yari, fix another day for that topic.
Yeah, Baba.
So that we can talk about it.
Yeah, it's just that that was, a man sort of hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. And that's how Chike, we must appreciate him. He said up front, no, I don't want to talk about Edo. I just heard somebody say something good about Tinubu. That is the one that I want to react to.
I was not even making a positive. I'm just talking about the policy I've seen. I've had to criticize presidency or any person, but if somebody is doing well, objectively, you can commend the person.
Yeah, no problem.
You understand? So let's not be
distracted.
Exactly.
But Chike has had his say. But please, most of our guests know. It's just that we had to accommodate Chike. Is it DK or Chike? I didn't hear properly.
I think he said DK.
DK. We had to accommodate him in as much as he had arrived on air and was saying that this is what I want to talk about. So let it not appear as if we're gagging you. So thank you, but the rest of the people who will be getting in, we really would appreciate it if you were to keep on the topic, which is the victory of APC's candidate, Monday, Okpebholo. Who do I have on the... Boma? Okay, good morning, Boma. Boma in Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Did I get the name right? Good morning. Go ahead. You're on air now.
I want to congratulate the governor-elect. I want to say those state election. Yes. My name is Boma, yes.
We can hear you. Please carry on.
Yes. Edo State election is one of the most fairest and peaceful elections. The governor basically had there people that helped him for him to get back his second tenure. He had to be ungrateful to them. No, that one has caused. That was what caused the failure of Edo Governorship. And I believe Edo, they've spoken very well. And into fighting with the Oba. It's very wrong of him. Oba will continue to stay, but after 4 years, he will go. How can he insult the Oba, fighting with the Oba? Please, Edo, they've spoken. Nothing will change it.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Edo has spoken, and they've spoken quite clearly, even though the victory, the margin of victory was relatively speaking narrow. And so that's commendable. So it's like Asoye Godalo, he ran a good race. Or shall we say the PDP, he ran a good race.
I think Obaseki should thank that man because at least to some extent, he made it look like Obaseki is still popular. It's not. If he had fielded another person, he won't score a quarter of what Asoye have scored. Having said that, the governor-elect is now under social pressure.
He is.
He has to perform.
Indeed.
And then he should not be afraid to investigate the predecessor. There are a lot of atrocities that will be uncovered. I'm a maritime person. I'm aware of that so-called modular refinery they have been trying to put together for 8 years. The first election, they used it to campaign. The second election, they used it to campaign. What is the position now? So there are a lot of other things. Look, Oshomole became very popular and liked because of the road network. Now, the road that infrastructure will open up investment. What you do is lay the foundation for people to invest. Create opportunities for people to exploit. You don't need to exploit it yourself. go and check. They will create agency, look for their brothers and sisters to put there and say generate fund. Generate fund from where? You see every kind of association, vulcanizers association, counselors association, cassava seller, taxing people who suffer to go to farm, say you must pay before you go and sell.
Indeed.
Cancel all this like it happened in Cross River State. Prof did that when he was going out and he was weeping, and I was like, didn't you know about this before? Why are you weeping now? So please, these are the things that the governor-elect should do. I know that the person that enhances his chances will not cow him, will not make him not perform, unlike what we are experiencing in River State. It will not be like that in Edo State. Oshomole will not stop the governor-elect from performing. I know that.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, it went actually the way most of the commentators, and let it be said, supporters, APC supporters in Edo State, you know, who have come on the program in the run-up to this election. People like Prince Kazim Afebua, for instance. I hope he can call in if he's watching this, because it would be... Okay, so there you go, Kazim.
Oh, it's on the line?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not yet.
Okay.
He might hear this and call in. But Professor Edmund is on the line. Good morning, Professor Edmund.
Hello, good morning, Violi.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Are you with me?
Yes, you are live now.
We are hearing you, Prof.
Okay, thank you, thank you, and thank also to your guest.
Yes.
Yes, let me first of all congratulate the Edo. Yes, let me congratulate the Edo Life for the peaceful conduct of that election throughout, before, during, and after the elections. So Edo people needs to be commended for that peaceful, the peaceful atmosphere that prevailed.
And one of them is actually one of them is accepting the thanks in studio.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, despite the naysayers. Secondly, okay, good. Despite the naysayers. Secondly, Professor Okuyeru, if you recall, I remember that I told you that PDP was going to fail because of Obaseki, because of the role Obaseki played or has been playing in Edo politics. He has been playing Godfather. I told you, and this is exactly what happened today, that Edo people will eventually punish Obaseki because of his antecedent, because of the way he treated a lot of people in Edo State, including the Oba. So that is all I have to say. I commend the Edo people.
Indeed. Thank you.
For hearkening to my voice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Prof. We're hearkening to your
Professor
voice.
Edmund, for calling in. And you see, every Edolite that calls in, and even before calling in, this whole mistake of taking on the palace in Benin, there's no, anyhow you look at it, it's a mistake. You don't go there. But for whatever reason, the governor saw fit, to express himself in a way that has now given offense to a lot of people and everybody. You don't even have to be a member of an Edolite itself. You don't have to be an Edo man or woman to have said that.
Yes.
That was unexpected.
Yes, because
of all the things you could say, why did you add this one?
The people in Edo respect the Oba right from time immemorial. But please permit me to quickly react to something I forgot. Somebody was saying they have bought votes and don't expect them to perform. No, you see, this buying of votes has been an issue with elections in Nigeria. I condemn it, and I hope it can be addressed and effectively removed. But however, despite the vote buying, Oshomole performed.
He did.
Despite the vote buying, Ambode performed in Lagos State. Despite the allegation of vote buying, Sanyo-Olu, the current governor of Lagos State, to a reasonable extent, is performing. Despite the vote buying, I want to repeat, subject to contribution from other person, why we are complaining, to some extent, by my own analysis, the current president is doing his best. So this vote buying should not stop the current governor-elect of Edo State to perform. You shouldn't give that as an excuse. Nobody sought to sell vote. It is the same political parties that start giving money. Okay. Why didn't they give me money? Why didn't they call me to give me money? Indeed. So that is their problem. When you get there, we will hold you responsible. The fact that you bought vote or that you spent so much money to campaign is not an issue. Though I've been preaching, I've been talking that we should look for a way to reduce the cost of campaign and the cost of elections.
This is a feature, one of the least desired features of our elections. It doesn't matter what cycle, what level of election.
Exactly.
It's a recurring issue. Bashorun in Okpebholo, good morning to you, sir.
Elections. It doesn't matter what cycle, what level of election.
Bashorun, you're on.
Okay.
But you've got to, Bashorun, help us mute your television volume.
Yes. Uncle Yori?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
My darling brother. He's very interesting, and I love the lawyer.
Thank you, sir.
For his analysis. There's one problem in this country. And these PDP people are always used to this thing. Anytime they lose an election, they start to blackmail the institutions involved. When he voted in his unit that very morning, he praised the security to where heavens. After the loss now, it's a different ball game. Before the election, some of us knew that there's no way PDP can win the election. Like my brother there, our guest said, I swear that he's a very strong man. Me, I'm not expecting a PDP with a performance of Obaseki to have up to 30% of what we got. But that man, I think that guy has some things. Before the election, the gimmick of APC, they refuse to understand it. Before the election, the APC has 5 local governments already. Okpebholo just finished an election as a senator. He has 3 local governments to his PT. The deputy governor is House of Reps. 2 after the election. Adam Osemole and Saibu, they have at least 3 in their pockets. How would they win? And this month they are talking of rigging. Governor who has served a state for 8 years lost his local government.
Indeed.
A governor that served 8 years lost his local government. That is a transformation about his person. He needs to be sent to the Atlantic Ocean. Somebody who served a state for 8 years as governor loses his election, a local government.
Niger and hyperbole. Let the man leave the Atlantic Ocean alone.
How can the councillor lose his word?
Yes.
And they are coming back as the election is not fair. They are rigging. If anybody wants to talk about rigging, it's even PDP that will be accused of rigging. Because that vote they got, I am imagine how they got those votes.
All right then.
My brother, I congratulate those people.
Thank you.
You are great people.
Thank you for calling in.
Obaseki that was talking about governance doing second time. That not to governance. No, he is now want to become a co-father.
All right then. Thank you very much, Bashorun. We really appreciate your call. Again, also attesting to the fact, and I think you've mentioned it already, that the APC foot soldiers, they were quite disciplined about this particular campaign. Remember the number of people that actually indicated an interest in that office, and they somehow managed to get themselves together in a meeting, and they agreed among themselves, you know what, you guys, this is going to be our front man. This is going to be our candidate. And all of those people, I'm quite frankly, I was amazed. All of them agreed internally that it's all right, party supremacy. And not only just party supremacy, they all now became foot soldiers for candidates Okpebholo.
Very, very correct. And they must be commended for that. Let me quickly also commend the Inspector General of Police, because you see, that incident at Benin Airport, where Philip Shaibu and the APC governorship candidate were physically attacked by some persons suspected to be within the security network set up by the state. Now, the IG said all those vigilante security networks, yes, you guys are useful in complementing the police effort as local security, but please, this election, stay out. Because if these persons can go to the airport in a day time, and the then Commissioner of Police Edo State could not effect any arrest.
That's the problem.
It shows that the chief security officer of the state must know something, or is likely to know something about it.
You know, this is another recurring problem we have in Nigeria.
So I must commend the IG for taking that initiative. And actually, they complied. Maybe because of the serious presence of security in Edo State. In fact, any corner you go in Edo State during this election, you will see security present. For the first time, I'm seeing 4 policemen in each polling unit. Polling unit.
Yeah.
Every polling unit has not less than 4 policemen uniform.
You're commending the police now, and rightly so.
But that doesn't mean they are my friend. No?
I know. But I was just going to say, and I think I just have to say it. Yeah. So where were they in the whole, what was that?
Previous elections?
No, the former Kogi governor.
Bello.
Well, is it not some police were on this side, the other police were on this side? Meanwhile, where is Bello? It's irrelevant to the topic that we're discussing today, because the way you're commending the police in this case is because there was none of that kind of
no, I am commending
bewildering activity.
I am commending the police for this Edo State election.
I understand.
Good. Now, I am not giving them a generic commendation.
But I was thinking that.
But in the
unified force.
No. In the Bello's case,
yes.
Bello's orders were policemen.
Yes.
You say you are looking for him.
Yes.
So that's another topic for another day. That is very wrong. You know,
that is all.
In fact, I can myself and be serving you, and I say
it's a different subject.
Exactly.
And don't forget that when the gentleman DK called in from Jos, I had also said no, it's a different subject. But in the same way as which you had sort of used an example, is where I brought this other example.
Yes, for the election in Edo State, the police did well.
They excellently well.
For the election in Edo State. That doesn't...
It's the same police. I mean, is there a different Nigeria?
There are a lot of... If you want us to talk about the wrongs of police, we won't live here today.
No, I don't think it's
They select the court order they want to obey.
I don't think it's
They arrest people and detain them improperly.
Sometimes of the service. The inconsistencies. You know, this is one of those topics that if we're not careful... If you
invite me to talk about police activity...
Yes, we could do that.
We will expose their wrongs.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about these particular elections for which result we announced yesterday in Edo State.
The police did great.
Inspector General of Police did well when he asked the Edo Security Network and other vigilante and similar groups
to back off.
Yeah. It was a very proper thing. Then he now deployed somebody who is good in operation, because Frank stayed for a long time as PPRO.
Yes.
And don't forget, he headed operational unit. He was this Sigmanti.
That's right.
So he has both operational experience and diplomatic experience, which is what you need.
Okay. So
you understand?
Let's just.
So he did very well.
Indeed.
In this Edo State election.
Let's join our viewers, some of who are called in, and you yourself, you stated it at the beginning, in congratulating APC's candidate Monday Okpebholo on his victory,
congratulations,
as declared by INEC.
We expect him to perform, sir.
Indeed, of course. So we're going to have to leave it there, though. So I want to thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate you, as always. Apart from being a legal practitioner, you're also a commentator on public affairs. Yes. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's our program today. Do please join us for a fresh edition tomorrow. I am Yori Folari. Bye-bye for now.